You've probably heard of food poisoning. Maybe you've even experienced it yourself, frantically wondering if your dinner was a delicious meal or a biological weapon. How did you make it this far in life without truly knowing what's going on inside your body when that happens? Today, I'll explain food poisoning to you like you're 5 years old, and by the time we're done here, you'll confidently understand why your tummy turns into a war zone after eating something sketchy and how it keeps it from happening again. Alright, so imagine your body is like a real nice house. It's got a lot of rooms, and usually it's a very happy, healthy place to live. Now, food poisoning is what happens when some very tiny, very unwelcome guests sneak into your house. The guests aren't people. They're invisible little troublemakers called germs. You can't see them with your eyes, but they're absolutely there, especially on food that hasn't been handled properly. And think of these germs as super secret tiny ninjas who love to hide in places you wouldn't expect. They hang out on raw chicken, unwashed fruits, or even a cutting board that wasn't cleaned properly after it touched something raw. They're like dust bunnies, but instead of making you sneeze, they make you feel incredibly, insanely sick. And these aren't the good kinds of germs, by the way. You know, like the friendly germs in yogurt that help your tummy. No, these are the truly rude ones who show up uninvited and immediately start messing with your stuff. So, how do these tiny invisible bad guys get into your food? It's usually because someone or something wasn't careful. Maybe someone touched a raw meat and then touched the salad without washing their hands. That's like a tiny bad guy doing a high five with a good guy, and then the good guy suddenly has a bad guy clinging on. Or maybe the food wasn't cooked hot enough, which is like giving the bad guys a cozy blanket to snuggle under instead of kicking them out with a blast of heat. These little germs, these food poisoning villains, love warm, moist places like a nice piece of chicken left out on the counter for too long. They think of that counter as their own personal resort, and they invite all their tiny friends, and they multiply faster than a pile of dirty laundry on a Tuesday morning. Now, here's the gross part. You eat the food. You don't know it's there, of course, because, again, these tiny bad guys are invisible. So you swallow your delicious-looking but germ-infested meal. And what happens next? These little invisible troublemakers don't just sit there politely. Oh no. Once they get inside your stomach and your intestines, which are like long, twisty tubes inside your body, they decide it's party time. A very, very bad party. They start making copies of themselves, and they release tiny little chemicals that are like irritating confetti or really loud, annoying music. They're basically causing chaos and throwing a tantrum inside your body. Your body, meanwhile, is very confused. It's like, hey, what's going on in here? This isn't what we ordered. Your body knows that something is wrong, and it has its own special police force, or super bouncers if you will, called your immune system. And when these little germ villains start their bad party, your body's alarm system screams, "Intruder alert! We have unwanted guests!" Your body's job is to keep you healthy, and these germs are definitely not helping. So, your body's immune system swings into action. It decides it needs to get these tiny bad guys out, and fast. And this is where the less fun part of food poisoning kicks in. All those uncomfortable feelings that you get are actually your body trying its absolute best to kick those uninvited, destructive guests out of your house. It's your body saying, in a very clear, very physical way, no thank you, you're not welcome here. Let's talk about those eviction notices that your body sends out. First, there's the stomach ache. And as you probably know, this isn't just a little rumble. This is your stomach muscles getting all tight and upset, like someone is squeezing them, because they're trying to push those bad guys out. It's like your tummy is yelling, get out now! It's protesting the party happening inside, and your intestines are also doing their part, cramping up to try and hurry those tiny invaders along. Then there's the vomiting. This is your body's super fast express lane method to getting rid of the bad guys. It's like your mouth suddenly decides it's a garbage chute and everything needs to go. Your stomach basically contracts, squishes everything inside and says, nope, this isn't staying here. It's your body's way of saying, we're evacuating the premise, everything must go. It might feel awful, but it's actually a really smart move by your body to get those nasty germs out of your system before they can cause even more trouble further down the line. It's like throwing a spoiled milk carton out of the fridge before it contaminates everything else. Next up, you might experience some diarrhea, and this is another one of your body's flush 'em out methods. Your intestines, which are normally pretty good at absorbing all the good stuff from food, suddenly decide they need to move things along much faster. It's like your body turns on a super speedy water slide, hoping to wash all those bad germs out before they can settle in and cause even more damage. It's messy, it's inconvenient, but again, it's your body doing its best to clean house. It's like a massive internal purge. And sometimes your body also gets really warm and you might get a fever. A fever is like your body turning up the thermostat really high. It's just trying to make the inside of your body too hot for those tiny invisible bad guys to like. Many germs don't do well in high heat, so your body cranks up the temperature, hoping to make them uncomfortable enough to stop them from multiplying. It's like your body is saying, "This party's over, it's too hot to dance." You might also feel super tired and weak, like you've run a marathon, and that's because your body's working incredibly hard to fight off these invaders. Fighting takes a lot of energy, a lot of power, so you do feel drained. Your body is basically just trying to focus all its energy on getting rid of those bad guys. So, why is this whole food poisoning thing such a big deal? I mean, why can't your body just deal with it quietly? Well, because these tiny bad guys can sometimes cause really big problems. When you vomit, you have diarrhea, a lot, and your body loses a lot of water. This is called dehydration, and it's like a plant that doesn't get enough water and starts to wilt. If your body doesn't have enough water, it just can't work properly. You can feel dizzy, super tired, and it can even be dangerous if it goes on for too long. Plus, some of these germs are extra mean and can make you really sick, much sicker than just a tummy ache. They can really wreck your body's internal systems, making you feel miserable for days or even weeks. But now, the good news. You can totally help your body avoid getting these tiny bad guys in the first place. It's all about being smart with your food, like being a super chef and a super cleaner. First, you need to be a cleaning champion. This means washing your hands with soap and water before you touch any food, and after you touch raw meat or eggs. It's like making sure your hands are super clean before you start playing with your toys. You also need to wash your cutting boards, dishes, and countertops with hot, soapy water after they touch raw meat, chicken, or eggs. Otherwise, those tiny invisible bad guys just sit there, waiting to jump onto the next thing that you prepare, like sneaky little booby traps. Oh, and don't forget to wash your fruits and vegetables under running water. Even if you're peeling them, give them a quick rinse. You don't want to accidentally push any bad stuff from the outside to the inside when you peel them. And second, you need to separate your food. This is super important. Imagine you have a plate of raw chicken and you have a plate of delicious, ready-to-eat salad. Now, you would never put the raw chicken right next to the salad, right? That's because those tiny invisible bad guys from the raw chicken can actually jump over to the salad and contaminate it. This is called cross-contamination. You need to keep raw meats, poultry, seafood, and eggs separate from other food in your shopping cart, in your fridge, and on your counter. Use different cutting boards for raw meat and for veggies. It's like keeping your dirty socks separate from your clean underwear in the laundry. You don't want the raw meat germs to get on your ready-to-eat food. And third, you need to cook your food thoroughly. This is like putting your food in a very hot bath to make sure all those tiny invisible bad guys get cooked right out of it. Different foods need to reach different temperatures to be safe. For example, chicken needs to be cooked until it's piping hot all the way through and the juices run clear. You can't just guess. You need to make sure it's hot enough to actually kill those germs. Think of it as burning away all the tiny monsters. This is why you should never eat raw or undercooked meat or eggs. Those germs are just waiting for a warm place to party, and your tummy is the perfect spot if you don't cook them out. And fourth, you need to chill your food quickly. Think of your refrigerator as a cold, dark dungeon for germs. They hate it there. Bacteria, those tiny bad guys, love to multiply in warm temperatures, like if you leave leftovers out on the counter after dinner. So, put your leftovers in the fridge within 2 hours of cooking. Don't let your food sit out like a forgotten toy. The colder you keep it, the slower those tiny bad guys can grow and multiply. It's like putting them on ice so that they can't move around and cause trouble. So, to recap the best way to avoid this whole mess: clean, separate, cook, and chill. Say it with me. Clean, separate, cook, and chill. These are your superpowers against the tiny invisible bad guys of food poisoning. If, despite your best efforts though, you or someone you know does get food poisoning, well, the main thing is to drink lots of water. Your body is losing a lot of liquids, remember? You need to put them back in to help your body keep fighting and stay hydrated. You also need to rest. I mean, your body's working overtime to kick out those germs, so give it a break. And if you're feeling really sick, or it doesn't get any better, or if you're losing so much water that you feel dizzy, it's always a good idea to talk to a grown-up or a doctor. They can help your body fight those bad guys much more effectively. So, that's food poisoning in a nutshell. It's when tiny, invisible bad guys sneak into your food, you eat them, and then your body throws them out with a lot of dramatic, gross, but ultimately helpful actions. Your body is very smart, and it works hard to keep you healthy by sending those unwanted guests packing. Now you know why your tummy decided that it needed to redecorate violently and how to keep it from happening again. You're practically a food safety expert now. So go forth and eat safely, my friend.